Hi, welcome back to another video. My name is Calico, and this is gonna be fairly low effort. This is probably the most effort I've ever put into a video so far, because I made like a whole thing, but it's not pretty. I also have never used Google Slides before this. I just have never needed to use them, so here we are. Taught myself how to use Google Slides as well. It's actually pretty easy. But anyways, welcome to my top 10 songs and albums of 2025. The criteria of this list is that they must have been released this year. So if a song had or if a album that I liked had a single that came out in 2024, I didn't count it. I think that only comes into play like one time, or twice. I don't know. Anyways, basically it'll go back and forth. It'll be like number 10, and then album, song, and then number 9, and then so on. But yeah, I guess we'll see that when I get into it. First of all, I'd like to preface as well, I listen to a lot of music. At least I like to think that I listen to a lot of music. But I don't know if the general public would agree with me. I have 3 like super big interests, and that's horror movies, Five Nights at Freddy's, and then pop music. So I tend to be a lot more in like the pop, alternative, indie, whatever area. So like I'm not super knowledgeable about other genres outside of that, like metal or country or rap, but I do listen to metal and country and rap and like all sorts of, I listen to everything, but when it comes to like area of expertise, I guess it'd be pop music. So if your album of the year was I don't know, like I said, metal, rap, rock, whatever, well, I listen to rock music, but if it's anything like that, don't be disappointed if it's not here. And also, one more thing, sorry, lots of prefaces, subscribe. I feel like I need to say that more, like I need to like promote myself or whatever, but I don't want to be like fucking annoying. Like the last thing I want to hear when I start a video is like an advertisement. So I'm advertising for myself. Subscribe to me. Like the video and comment your favorite albums and songs and tell me that I'm wrong and that I have horrible music taste or whatever. Anyways, here are my miscellaneous honorable mentions. Things that didn't make the cut, I guess, for my list, but also things that I really enjoyed this year. Unlearning You by Crying City. I don't know anything about Crying City. I don't know this person. For all I know, they could be not real, but I really like their music. They also have another song called Voted Out that came out recently, and that is also a great song. Crank by Slater. I really like this song. I really like Cannibalism as well. Not the act of it, but the song Cannibalism. I think her music is very fun, very like, whoa, but I enjoy it quite a bit. Gnarly by Cat's Eye, also very whoa. This is my first impression of Cat's Eye as a group, and I'll be honest, I haven't listened to anything else that they've made. Well, I mean, obviously I have listened to like the EP, I think that this is on, but Gnarly as a single was like my first impression, but like I don't regularly listen to currently like their other stuff. A album that almost made the cut for my albums list but did not was Addison by Addison Rae, and that's solely because I haven't listened to the full thing. I feel guilty saying that. Normally I'm a very big albums listener, but for some reason with Addison I kind of have been taking it like one by one, so like every month I'll like listen to another song on the album. So Fame as a Gun was like really big for me. Also like Diet Pepsi, I listened to that when it was like a single before the album came out. New York is great, it's on here as well, in the other column. And then I also really like Times Like These. So like everything that I've heard so far, stellar. I just haven't listened to the full album, so I felt like it would be a disservice if I put it on my list. Chains of Love by Charlie XCX, and also House. That's not on here, but I really enjoy House. The songs are great. Really excited for Wuthering Heights, the album. Not so much the movie. Not my thing, I guess. The Subway by Chapel Rowan and The Giver. If I had to make a number 11 again for my list, it'd be Addison is the album, and then the song would be The Subway. I really like The Subway a lot. I think it's Chapel Rowan's best song, but I also may just be really tired of The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, because I have listened to that album like 8 billion times. I already talked about New York. Nice Try by Dev Lemons. I've been listening to Dev Lemons for like a really long time. And so the EP came out, or album, whatever you want to call it. It's like 9 songs. It was good. I liked it. I really liked Nice Try and Media Train, but those are the only 2 songs that really stuck out to me. They're the top of the pyramid. Oh god. But yeah, I like the song. It's fun. I don't know why I'm saying that like I hate it. Jesus. Yes, I like this song. Virgin by Lorde I wasn't a super huge fan of, but I really like What Was That and David. What Was That was a really great single from that. Also Man of the Year, I know people really enjoyed. I don't know, I listened to it a couple of times, but it really stuck with me. But I'll probably buy the vinyl for it eventually. I keep seeing the vinyl at like every record store I'm going to, so it's not really like one that's top priority for me right now. Tell Me I Never Knew That by Caroline. I have not listened to a single Caroline song or album or anything. I know people really enjoy the album that the song is on, but this is the only Caroline song that I know. The reason why it's on this list is because it's featuring Caroline Polachek, and Caroline Polachek is like a top 5 artist for me. I love her, but she didn't release any music this year, so she doesn't get to be on the list. I'm so sorry. But Pang and Desire are like 2 of the best albums of all time, so I need more. Pretty please. Back to Me by the Marias. I know Maria of the Marias released an album this year. I listened to a little bit of it. I didn't finish it. Jesus Christ, I sound terrible. I like to I feel like I promote myself as such like a big like albums listener, but then here I am having not finished like 8 albums. I liked what I heard for Not For Radio, but the Marias will always have my heart. I really like Back to Me like a lot. It also was in like I had like 12 songs for my top 10, and I had to narrow it down, and this was one of them, along with The Subway. And then Silver Lining by Leve, I really like her new album. I think her debut album is still my favorite by Leve, but I really like Silver Lining, or no, what's it called? A Matter of Time. There we go. I think it's pretty. It's fun. I like the whole clock theme. She does a great job. And then Jealous Type by Doja Cat. I listened to this album. What's it called? Is it called B? I want to say. I'm looking it up. Hold on. I sound terrible. Yes, it is called V. Okay, I was right. I liked it, but not a lot. I don't know. It was good. I would buy it on vinyl, and I would listen to it again. Every song was like just good, but nothing like really stuck out to me. Everything was like very much just like, this is a good album, but not like, I really like these individual songs. But I think Jealous Type was a great choice for a single, and then All Mine from this album as well was another favorite. Anyways, let's get to the fun ranking, what you're actually here for. And we're like probably 10 minutes in or something. Sorry, I love to talk a lot. My number 10, I think, is it album and then song, or song and then album? I don't know, we'll see. My number 10 album, I think, is Hers by Matt Maltese. I have been listening to Matt Maltese for years now. My friend introduced me to him, and I adore his music. Everything he's put out has been great, and this is such a good album. I really like all the singles that he chose for this as well, but I feel like there were too many of them. I wish I got to go into the album being more like surprised. But Anytime, Anyplace, Anyhow was a big song for me this year. I think it was in like my top 20 for like my top 100. Like Apple Music will do that thing where like it gives you your top 100 songs. I love this album. It's just very chill, very calm, very enjoyable. But yeah. Is there anything else I need to say? I don't think so. Bad Contestant still, though, is my favorite Matt Maltese album. It's so good, and I want it on vinyl. pretty, please. I wish more people liked Maltese. He's the As the World Caves In guy. So if you like that song, maybe you will like more songs. Expand your palette. Okay, my number 10 song for 2025 is Sally, When the Wine Runs Out by Role Model. I don't know why the picture is like that, by the way. I was too lazy to find another one. But I had no idea who Role Model was, like, 6 months ago. Whatever. I don't remember when I first heard the song, but I know it was, like, a while ago. I think it was when I was studying for my finals. I was in a cafe, and I Shazammed it, because I wanted to know what it was, because it was catchy. And then all of a sudden, it becomes, like, this massive trend over the summer, and it's, like, huge. It's the most popular song. And then I listened to the album, and then now I have it on vinyl. Like, I really enjoyed, like, Sally, like, was my introduction to Role Model's discography, I would say, but plot twist, that's a lie. Forever ago, he released a song called Blind, and I just forgot about it, and I haven't listened to that song in years, but I was, like, looking through his profile, like, a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it was on there, and I recognized it, and I was like, Jesus, I didn't know that I was listening to Role Model already. So that was, like, in 2021 or something stupid. So he's back now in my library. I think the pivot to, like, country folk pop was a great decision, especially when you have a name like Tucker Pillsbury. Great job, Tucker. So yes, this is my 10th song. I think it's great. I love it. It's so catchy. And I love the trend, like, when he brings people out on stage. I think it's so fun. I also am a really big fan of Lizzie McAlpine, but she didn't release that much music this year either. So here she is. Here's her appearance. She's one of my favorite artists. So Far Gone is a great song. Anyways. Number 9. My number 9 album of 2025 is, I don't even remember what the list, so we're kind of, you, viewer, are being surprised at the same time, because I made this last night at, like, 2 in the morning, and I'm recording this at, like, 2 in the PM now, so I don't remember my list. Oh, Now Would Be a Good Time by Folk Bitch Trio. Love these people. I don't know anything about them either. 2025 has been, like, a really big year of, like, finding new artists for me that'll probably, like, stick with me for a long time. Also, I don't know why the picture's so blurry. But I think this album is great. It's really fun. It's so pretty. I found Hotel TV, I think, on Instagram or something. I heard it in, like, the back of a video, and then I listened to the whole album from there, and I was just, like, mind blown. Like, Foreign Bird, like, fucking blew my mind. Like, explosion. Like, this was something that I haven't heard before, and that was great. I loved it. They remind me of Boy Genius in a way, but not entirely. Their harmonies are great. Everything's fun. Everything's great. I love this album. I bought it on vinyl, like, the week after I listened to it, or whatever, because it was so good. Yes, I really enjoyed it. I wish I would have listened to it, like, the day it came out or whatever, so that way I could be like, I was at day 1, but no, it was, like, 2 months after it came out or something. It's so good, though. It's so pretty. I love it. I just can't get over it. The Actor is probably my favorite song from this album. Anyways. Oh my god. Okay, cool. My number 9 song of 2025 is Step On Up by The Living Tombstone. And before you click away or whatever, this is a Five Nights at Freddy's song. Monty is my favorite character in all of Five Nights at Freddy's and just anything in general. And I remember the day that this song came out, that I found out about it, I cried so hard because I was so happy at the idea that, like, you know, it's like The Living Tombstone, they have, like, songs for Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Security Breach, and then Monty just has a song out of nowhere. And I was like, whoa. The song is great. It's so catchy, like, unironically, as, like, a not FNAF song. It's just so fun. It's great. I love it. I like The Living Tombstone, not as, like, I regularly listen to them kind of band, but, like, this was something that I was listening to when I was a kid in, like, 2014, which is fucking ever ago. Like, I remember listening to, like, Die in a Fire, and It's Been So Long when they like came out, and then now here we are in the Five Nights in the year of our Lord 2025. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie 2 ended with It's Been So Long. That was like a full circle moment for me. The Living Tombstone has been in my life for a long time, like kind of on and off, and so this song means a lot to me, just in the sense that like Monty means a lot to me. I love Security Breach, I love Five Nights at Freddy's, so this is like kind of like my joke entry, but also not really, because it's a good song. And then for my honorable mention, Backface Culling Paranoia. That's a song from the Secret of the Mimic soundtrack, which is a game that came out this year, and I think it's great. The whole soundtrack for that game is really good. Yeah, so here's my obligatory Five Nights at Freddy's mention. Anyways, my number 8 song, album. My number 8 album for 2025 is, I fucking hate editing my videos, so I'm trying to do this all in one take. So if I sound awful and like I'm talking really fast or whatever, I'm so sorry. Put me on like 0.75 speed or whatever. But I hate editing. It's the worst. I hate making any kind of cuts. And so I'm trying to do this all in one take. That's why I'm kind of rambling a lot. Anyways, number 8 is Vicious Delicious by Lovecat. I kind of cheated with this one. This album came out this year, of course, but Matador and He's My Man released as singles in 2024, and so I couldn't put them on like my favorite songs list. But if I could, Matador would be up there. It's so good. It's so fun. This album released on Halloween, I think, and I think that was perfect. This album is just so fun. It's been great following the singles, like leading up to it. I actually didn't know that it was going to be a full album. I just assumed Lovecat was going to release singles forever. Alien is definitely my favorite song from this album, and I'm so glad it wasn't a single, so that way I could listen to it and be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't have much to say. I don't know much about Lovecat as a person. So yeah, this is it. Moving on. I just love the vibes. Very Halloween-y. It's like a great like fall album. Love it. Even though it's technically like a year old, because the singles cycle was a long time. Anyways, 11:11. I don't remember. Number 8, 11:11 by Conan Gray. I had a stroke making this list because I told myself I wouldn't put like two of the same song or two of the same album as like for the songs list. So I had to pick between 11:11, Sunset Tower, Care, Connell, Caramel, and I like Vodka Cranberry, but it wasn't in like my top 5. But Jesus Christ, any one of those honorable mention songs, even Vodka Cranberry, could replace 11:11 in this list. This album is fucking incredible. I mean, fuck, we'll get to it. Spoilers. But Jesus, like, so many songs off this album are just so good. Conan fans are a little rabid, though. I've been a fan of Conan Gray since he released Telepath in 2022, I think it was. So I remember it was before Super 8. I was there for, like, the Super 8 release cycle. And he's the only person I've ever seen in concert. I saw him last year for the Found Heaven tour, and he's one of my favorite artists. Like I said, Caroline Polachek, Conan Gray, those 2 of my top 5 artists, and his music means a lot to me. And so Wishbone this year, fucking incredible. I was blown away. But yeah, Sunset Tower and 11:11 are my 2 favorites, and so they kind of like fought, but 11:11 wins because it's just like fun. It's the 11th track. It's pretty. It's fun. I love the song. So yeah, I don't have much to say about it specifically, but just this whole album in general is just really good. So yeah, we'll get to it. Number 7. My number 7 album is, I think I remember. Yes, I was right. Okay, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. Leading up to this album had a lot of controversy. People did not like it. The album cover specifically. I don't hate it. It's not a bad album cover. I think it's funny. I don't know, she's just a really funny person. I get it, but I'm also not trying to get canceled. So I will just say you can have your feelings, and your feelings are valid. I just personally I'll just be honest. I don't know. She's just doing her thing. And also, people were judging her before the album even came out, and the whole thing is like making fun of people. So, I don't know. Who cares? Actually, who cares? I don't have time for this shit. Anyways, talking about the music itself, Tears was great. I think it should have been a single because we only got Man-Child leading up to it. So I think Man-Child and then Tears and then the album would have been great. But the Tears music video is fantastic. I love the dance break part. And then all of these songs are so fun. House Tour has been a really big hit, so I could see that getting a video potentially. I don't know if she's like gonna do a tour for this album or if it's just kind of like a in-between thing. But recency bias says that I like it more than Short and Sweet, but my rational side says that Short and Sweet will be the longer lasting album. I think this album is like a very like 2025 thing, but Short and Sweet will kind of go on for a long time, especially like Juno, but that was 2024, so that doesn't count. Sorry. But yeah, I love all of these songs. They're all great. The whole album is really good. I think the only song that I don't like is Goodbye. Man-Child and Goodbye are my two like kind of like they're okay, which is funny because they're the first and last song in the album. So everything in between is great. It's like I just don't like the opener and the closer. Anyways, my number 7 song, 2025, is, I'm trying to keep this short as well, but I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, but it's probably gonna be a longer video. Oopsie. My number 7 song is Satellite by Sunset Rollercoaster. First thing, let's address the album cover in the room. I don't know what I'm looking at either. Don't know. My friend recommended me this album, sent me the album cover, or sent me the song, or no, told me about the album, and I was like, okay. He was like, just don't mind the album cover. I don't know what it is either. And I was just like, okay, it can't be that bad. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that Braille? Oh wait, no, it says quit quietly. Never noticed that before. Huh. Anyways, something's fucking gorgeous, first of all. But the song, Satellite specifically, that's what we're here to talk about. Oh my god. I felt like I flew out a window. I was building in Minecraft while listening to this album for the first time, and I had to like stop for a second and like process what was going on because this song is this song is after Everything I Have and before Bluebird, and those 3 are my favorite songs on this album. And so like hearing those 3 in a row for the first time, it kind of like was like a 1, 2, and then KO. I was like fucking over it. And then Fading Out was the last song, and I just like started bawling near the end because it was just so good. I don't know much about Sunset Rollercoaster as a band, I think, ? But they're really good, and so I will go look into more of their discography in the coming year. Yeah, there's a lot of music that I discovered this year as well that like came out before 2025. But again, this is just music that released this year, so we'll see where that lands up. But I really enjoyed this song and these songs and this album. It's great. My number 6 song, number 6 album of 2025 is Light Hit My Face Like a Straight Right by Mallrat. I don't know anything about Mallrat as a person. Jesus. I feel like I'm such a big fan of people, but then like I'm going through this list, I'm like, I don't know them. So here we are again, at the Casimir Garden. But anyways, this album is fucking great. There's not a lot of songs on my favorite songs list, and that's because like everything kind of like flows together very naturally on this album. It's a great electronic album. I think it should be listened to as an album instead of as like individual songs. I think I spelled defibrillator. Oh well. Did I? Is that 1 or 2 L's? It looks wrong, but I think it's right because Google would have auto-corrected me, hopefully. But anyways, if you do want to listen to this, like if you want to get like a taste of it without actually listening to the whole album, I'd recommend Defibrillator probably, or Something for Somebody. Those are my 2 favorite songs, as you can see. But yeah, the whole album is just great. That's why it's this high and this good. It's great. I will look into more of Mallrat's discography as well as a result of this. I also listened to this album while building in Minecraft. I'm sure that's not the last time I'll say that. And then my what are we on? 6 song of 2025 is, yeah, I get to talk about Dense Blazing Star now. Portulaca. I think Portulaca is a bird. But anyways, this is such a beautiful song. I have cried to this song on like several occasions. I listened to this song while driving home in the middle of a desert in California because I went to Disneyland with my friends, and this was what I listened to on the way home, and the song made me stop for a second. It's so good. It's so pretty. This Dense Blazing Star has not missed, I think, at all from what I've heard. They are relatively unknown. Like, I think I don't use Spotify, but I think when I checked on Spotify, like less than like 1,000 listeners or some shit like that. That is not fair. I am a huge fan of everything that this person does. Again, don't know much about them, but I do follow them on Instagram, and they liked my story one time, and that was really cool. Morning Sun Over Jupiter is not a song on this album. Welcome Home is the album, but Morning Sun Over Jupiter is like an EP, but it's also like 21 minutes long, and it's just one song. It's like one 21-minute long song, but I think it's an EP. I don't know what you would call that, but it's great. It's freaking great. I listened to it so many times just in the background while doing things that, again, it made it into like my Apple replay thing. I freaking love Dense Blazing Star. Go listen to Dense Blazing Star. Please. Pretty please. But Portulaca is my song. By the way, if I had to like claim a song, this one's mine. Thank you. Moving on. Number 5. Album. Yes, got it right. Fancy That by Pink Panthers. I've been listening to Pink Panthers for a very long time now. One of her songs went viral on like TikTok, and I've never used TikTok, but then it like seeped over to like my friends, and then like in like 8th grade or some shit, forever ago. I don't remember. I'm older than that, by the way. Maybe it was like high school something. What was I in 2021? I don't remember. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, been listening to Pink Panthers for a very long time now. Have always been like, not like a super fan, but like always really enjoyed everything that I heard. And I was blown away by this fucking, I know it's a mixtape, fucking whatever, fuck off. I think it's great. I think this should win every award that it's nominated for. I think it's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with this album at all. It's great. I do like Illegal, but it has become a little overplayed recently because I hear it fucking everywhere. So that's why it's not in my favorite songs anymore. But if I had to pick like a favorite, it'd be Stars and Noises. And like the intermission in between them, like those 3 as like a one song, fucking amazing. But yes, I listened to this, You'll Never Guess, while building in Minecraft. Yep. I really enjoy Pink Panthers' work, and I hope to see more soon. The remix album, actually, version of Fancy That is great. The Stateside featuring Zara Larsson and Kylie Minogue. They're 2 separate songs, but they're both great. The Zara Larsson one specifically is amazing. Ugh, I had to make an edit because my dog was barking. But anyways, my number 4 song of 2025 is Busy Woman by Sabrina Carpenter. It is fucking ridiculous to me that this song released this year. It felt like it was fucking ages ago. But nope. February, which is insane because I feel like I've been listening to the song for like 20 years now. I adore, well, I don't care for emails I can't send. I don't know if that's a hot take, I just don't care for it. But Short and Sweet and Man's Best Friend, 2 of my favorite pop albums ever. I think they're fantastic. But this song specifically, I have had on repeat for fucking ever. And I'm not allowed to include other Short and Sweet songs because they came out in 2024, but that's okay because 15 minutes couldn't make it any harder, and Bad Reviews are my favorites off that album anyways. Bad Reviews is probably my favorite Sabrina Carpenter song, period, but Busy Woman was like a really big song for me this year, so that's why it's here. I say that again, I'm talking like I don't like it and I'd rather pick Bad Reviews. That's not true. Busy Woman is great. It's fucking amazing. It's a great pop song. I hope she wins more Grammys so she makes more music and I get more things to listen to while I play Minecraft. Number 4. Oh my god, we're on 4? Jesus. Anyways, I talk so much. My number 4 song, album of this year is Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You. If you're watching this and you know who I am as a person, you're probably shocked right now. Hold your horses. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. I think Willoughby Tucker will live on forever for me. We're gonna talk about it more in a little bit. You'll see why. But Willoughby Tucker is such an important album to me. Preacher's Daughter is great. I discovered Ethel Cain in like April of last year, 2024. And since then, Preacher's Daughter, Willoughby Tucker, and a certain other project have been in like my top songs, my top whatever per month, every single month without fail. Ethel Cain has become such a big part of my life and inspires so many things that I do and like that I work on artistically. Unreleased music is so good. Please, 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 Hayden, please, I want Mondays right now. God, I'm so fucking annoyed. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say. It's just really good. Go listen to it. And then I put Radio Towers and Tempest together instead of individually, because I think that if you're going to listen to one, you can't listen to it without the other. However, when I'm like older and I can like be in, like I can, well, if, not to get political, not to be too woke or anything, but if I can have my own house one day, Radio Towers will probably be on loop 24/7. I want to be someone with like spooky ambient music going on fucking all the time, some shit, whatever. Just got a Discord notification. I'm recording right now. Leave me the fuck alone. Anyways, talking about Ethel Cain. Okay, moving on. Oh my god, my number 4 song, 2020. Oh, okay, sorry, I just got really excited. Like I was talking about earlier, my top 5 favorite artists, Magdalena Bay. I am a huge Magdalena Bay fan. I've been a fan of Magdalena Bay since 2022. Right? It was before Mercurial World came out. Right before. Because, yeah. Okay, 2022, I think. Whatever, doesn't matter. Been listening to them for a long time. I know a lot of people found them through Imaginal Disc, and I'm so grateful that, like what I was talking about earlier, about like Folk Bitch Trio, I am so grateful that I got to be a fan of Magdalena Bay before Imaginal Disc, so I could listen to it and then like fucking ascend. And then I could just talk about Imaginal Disc now, but it came out in 2024, so I can't. The singles that they have released at the end of this year have been amazing, like jaw-dropping, incredible, 5 stars, every single one. I like some more than others, I'm sure you can see on my list, but Black Eyed Susan Climb is a song that will probably be in like my top 20 favorite songs of all time for the rest of my life. This song is fucking incredible. I love that it has like a results, like a video game results screen at the end of it. I don't know how to explain it. That's just what it feels like to me. And also, I don't know why the cover is so blurry. I pre-ordered the mini vinyls, the prints, whatever. I bought a sweatshirt for Pay Me a Picture. I just am such a big fan of Magdalena Bay. I have been and I always will be. The Beginning is one of my favorite songs of all time. Vampire in a Corner, or In the Corner, whatever. Angel on Satellite, like, I could just talk about Magdalena Bay. I just need to make a Magdalena Bay video. And you know what? I honestly might. I might do a hotspot podcast episode for Magdalena Bay, because I like them so much. Anyways, moving on. Number 3. That is a really ugly color. I don't know why I picked that. My number 3 song, album, 2025, I keep fucking doing that, is Wishbone, we're back. I already said probably what I needed to say earlier. The album was just really good. I've been a Conan fan for a long time. The same friend that introduced me to Conan in 2022 is the same friend that introduced me to Sunset Roller Coaster this year. So he's good music taste. I can vouch for that. But yeah, Conan Gray just means a lot to me. One of my favorite artists. Not much else to say. Oh, actually, I will tell a story. I bought the vinyl for this before the album came out. Normally, I'm against doing that, but I trust Conan with, like, what he released, and so I really wanted, like... I also hate variant collecting. I think it's stupid. That's my vinyl hot take. Also, I'm gonna say vinyls. I don't care. Some of you fucking people are so annoying about vinyl collecting. It does not fucking matter. If some 11-year-old wants to get into collecting their favorite album and it's like Imagine Dragons, who am I to judge? At least they're listening to music, physical media, not giving the money to Spotify. Sorry, I'm too woke. But some people are so fucking annoying about vinyl collecting. Anyways, ordered the vinyl, but personally, I know I just said that and I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite, but I think variants are stupid. I think it's fine to release multiple variants. I think buying multiple variants is dumb. Unless, like, you really, really want to display them all, or, like, in, like, those, like, fancy press cases or some shit. Anyways, tangent, doesn't matter. I bought the vinyl for this before it came out, and then it shipped, like, the week after or whatever from Urban Outfitters, and fuck you guys. It came warped, and I was so mad because I wanted to play it, because I enjoyed listening to it digitally so much, so I just wanted to hear it on my record player, but I couldn't, because it was fucked up. And so they sent me a new one, and they were like, can we have the other one back, pretty please? We'll give you, like, a refund, but, like, you still have to pay for it. But then nothing ever happened. I don't fucking know. Urban Outfitters, fuck you guys. Actually, no, that's so mean. I've bought a lot of vinyls from them. See, I said it, vinyls, fuck off. But yeah, I really like this album, except for the fact that I now have a shitty warped copy. But it's like fucking Christmas opening Conan Gray vinyls. Jesus, he shoves, like, fucking everything in there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised in the next album cycle, like, you can get a strand of his hair or some shit. There's, like, fucking everything when you open it up. Like, a lot of, like, little trinkets. It's cool. I like it, but it's a lot. Anyways, number three song of 2025 is Thirst Trap by Audrey Hobart. Oh my god. I don't remember how I found her. I remember listening to this while I played Hollow Knight Silk Song. Or this, well, no, talk about that later. Spoilers. This song is fucking incredible. The song will probably, again, stay with me for the rest of my life. Incredible. Fucking love it. Thirst Trap is great. It's such a fun pop song. It's just everything. I already knew going into this... Nope. I can talk about it now, though. Number 2. Who's the Clown by Audrey Hobart. Ooh, surprise. So I listened to this album while playing Hollow Knight Silk Song. And it just blew me fucking away. There's only one song on this album that I particularly don't care for, and it's I Like to Touch People. And the lyrics are, I like to touch people. So wasn't a huge fan of that one. Listening to that opening, track set very low expectations for me, and then Sue Me immediately just, like, shot me in the face. This whole album is just so good. It's like I just don't even know what to say. I was just so dumbfounded by it. Like, it just, I think it's just the whiplash of I like to touch people, and then, like, how good the songwriting is on everything else. It's like, whoa. And then, but I also did know going into it that she is a songwriter for Gracie Abrams, and I don't particularly care for Gracie Abrams' music, but I Love You, I'm Sorry is a great song, and I think people who dislike Gracie Abrams have not listened to Gracie Abrams. And you know what? I'll say it. I haven't listened to a lot of Gracie Abrams either, but I think she's fine. She's good, but I'm just not a fan. But, I mean, I don't not like her. You know what I mean? I do have her blocked on Instagram, though. She knows what she did. And by that, I mean, I actually don't know what she did. Actually should unblock her. She seems cool. But yeah, I think this album is just incredible. I want to see more from Audrey Hobart. She's related to Malcolm Todd. I thought that was cool. I didn't know that. Um, Everything I learn about her, she just gets cooler. And then she did a podcast that I listened to. She's just funny. She's cool. She's relatable. I don't fucking know. She's just like, this album would have been very formative to me in 2021. We'll just put it that way. It's talking about like Bowling Alley with like Insecurity and like Phoebe as well. Talking about like acne and stuff. Like like there are words in this album that I guarantee you not a single person has ever used in a song ever. It's talking about like acne and like hot pockets and fucking, I don't know, taking thirst traps. It's just fun. Great. And then Silver Jubilee is like probably one of the best album closers of all time. I should probably stop talking about this now. I talked about her for a while. Moving on. My number 2 song, 2025, is Pipe Dream by, oh my god, Guitarrica de la Fuente. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know much about this guy. I found him through Troye Sivan, Something to Give Each Other, In My Room. He's a feature on that song. And in my Apple will do so throughout the first half this year, I listened to Apple Music because that was just like my streaming platform that I had. And then halfway through the year, I shifted to like MP3s. I started listening to everything on my MP3 player, and it just feels way more convenient. I like it more. Oh, and then also I, collect vinyl. But Apple will do this thing where it's like, if you listen to an artist, it'll like recommend songs from them that like come out, like what's new or whatever. And so Troye Sivan did a collab with him for a song, Midsummer Pipe Dream. Just Pipe Dream, but Troye Sivan has like a verse on it. And it's in English. But I listened to the original and just like, no shade to Troye Sivan, because again, one of my favorite artists, love Something to Give Each Other. But this song just like fucking blew me out of the water. Like I said earlier, I know I said that a lot, but it's just so incredible. I don't know. There's something about this song that just like makes me feel like crazy. I really like Pipe Dream. Again, staying with me for the rest of my life. Such a good pop song, and it's in Spanish. And then I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say it wrong. Tramontana. I don't know if there's a Enye on the N or whatever. But I just, that song, oh my god. I wanted to put it on this list, but I told myself again I wouldn't double my top 10 with like 2 of the same album songs or whatever. So I couldn't, but holy shit. I cried like a fucking baby when I heard that song. I cry very easily to music, not really to much anything else, just music gets me very emotional. Jesus Christ. But yeah, very impressed by him. Will absolutely look into way more of his work. I highly recommend Pipe Dream if you're looking for something happy, and then Tramontana if you're looking for something not happy. Fucking gorgeous songs. Jesus. The rest of the Spanish Leather album is also really good. I just specifically wanted to talk about Pipe Dream and Tramontana. So, anyways, thank you for watching. This is now my top song and album and song of 2025. My number 1 album, 2025. I'm not cheating. Perverts by Ethel Cain. This album came out in January, so it counts. Came out like January 7th or whatever. Notice the lack of punish. Holy shit. Perverts I've been listening to consistently throughout all of this year. It is, every single song off Perverts is in like my top 100 whatever for 2025, and it'll probably be there forever. I put it on in the background when I'm doing like literally anything. It's perfect ambient music. I love Perverts. I could talk about it to death. Full Drone specifically has inspired an entire like novel that I'm writing. It's like her whole concept of like the Great Dark and like the veil and everything. It's like incredible. Hayden's YouTube videos and like vocabulary is just astounding. I I just am so impressed every single time I find something new from Hayden / Ethel Kane. And this project is no exception. Kudzu is a song that was cut from Perverts, but Hayden posted it to her YouTube channel. And I probably have played Kudzu on repeat more times than any other song on this album, other than maybe Eddie. I did not hear of like half of these words before this album came out. Like the torcha, I think, is a homemade word. Onanist, vacillator, Oldrone. I have no words to describe it. This album took me 3 days to get through because I remember I listened to Perverts, Punish, and House of Psychotic Women, and then I fell asleep. And then Vacillator, Onanist, Oldrone fell asleep, and then Eddie and the Torcha fell asleep again. And then day 4, actually, I listened to Amber Waves, and I was on a call with my friend, and I was like, hey, I'll be right back. I think I'm gonna cry. And then I cried. So this album means a lot to me. Inspired me a lot creatively. Specifically, Poldrone will always be a favorite. But it felt wrong, like putting it in my top 10 like songs. So I just am talking about it all together. But yeah. And then now, my number 1 song of 2025, my number 1 song of all time, period, is Nettles by Ethel Kane. Nettles, when I listened to it for the first time, I was in bed and I didn't cry. Like, I was probably like one of the first people in the world to ever listen to it, because I listened to it right when it came out because I was waiting for it all day. And I just kind of sat there and I just was like, that was good. I really enjoyed that. And then the next day I listened to it again and again and again and again. Suddenly, like, at the end of the year or whatever, like, or fucking whenever, I started listening to MP3s in like September, probably. No, September. And so Nettles had come out in like June or something. And I had listened to Nettles like 300 something times on Apple Music. And God knows that number has probably like tripled since then. I'm finding words. Nettles is such a beautiful song. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. Wow. And then again, my rule of not putting 2 songs from the same album in my top 10, Dust Bowl, changed my life as well. Although I'm also cheating a little bit, because Dust Bowl and Waco, I listened to the demos like forever ago, so I guess they technically don't count for 2025, but the official releases. And then Janie is also just a favorite of mine. I love Janie. I love everything off this album. I love everything Ethel Kane does. I will always love Ethel Kane. Of course, just like with everything, there's ways to talk about stuff. I know there was a whole controversy that happened earlier this year. I think personally she handled it very well, but again, it's not my place to speak because I personally wouldn't have been affected by anything that she had said in the past. But at the end of the day, I think as an artist, Ethel Kane is like objectively just fantastic at what she does. And so even if you're not a fan of her or a fan of the things that she said and apologized for, I can see that. It definitely took me a while to kind of like get back on the Ethel Kane hype train, but I still am a huge fan, and I'm gonna go see her in concert next year. It'll be my second ever concert. I have a lot of anxieties about going out and like doing stuff in like big public crowded spaces, so it's like kind of a challenge for me. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see Ethel Kane in concert. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I'm sorry I'm fucking insufferable. Again, subscribe, like, comment. Those are 3 things that I would like you to do. Pretty please. I don't need to be super famous, but seeing the numbers go up, seeing the view count go up on the first podcast episode that we did made me very, very happy. And I check it probably like every day just to see how much more it's gone up, because it just brings me joy. I'm not like I'm not like super into like content creation and like I want to make a ton of money off of it, because you know, I'm being realistic about everything, because I'm just doing it for the love of the game. No, there is no game. I'm doing it for the love of, I like making things and talking about things that I like making. And so, yeah, I don't really care about like the numbers, but also I would like to see the numbers go up. So if one person could comment on this video and say, my favorite song of 2025 was this or that, that'd be great. I love hearing things from people that I don't know. Thank you, strangers on the internet, for watching my video. My name is Caligo, and I'll probably see you soon. I have another podcast episode I want to do. I don't know about Minecraft stuff, but definitely more podcast, because I like to talk, if that's not obvious already. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!